Very smart batting from Devdutt Palikkal, the youngster. I think he's just showing why he's been the talk amongst, he's one of those guys people are watching and looking out for.
We are starting a IPL chat with Chirag Suri, upcoming UAE opening batsman and a star who has been there and done that for a while. And I will also introduce to Shyam Krishna, a senior colleague of mine. Now the IPL, just 4 matches down the line, we have had all kinds of, all the spice that you need to spice up the tournament. I mean, you have got a match which went into super over. You got some teams scoring 200. You've got a wonderful debutant, Devdutt Palikkal, stealing the show. 4 matches into the IPL. We have kind of seen all the teams save Kolkata Knight Riders, who are starting off a little late with the defending champions, Mumbai Indians today. Chirag, 4 matches down the line, how do you see things panning up? Do you see a pattern in some of the, the teams deciding whoever is winning the toss, they are electing to field first? Is it for the dew factor?
Absolutely. Whether it's Dubai, Abu Dhabi or Sharjah, dew does come into play in these conditions, especially with the humidity levels that are there currently. I think it will only go on. So, during the tournament, you'll see the later evenings, dew will come into a factor. This is 100%. All the teams who have won the toss have decided to field first because they feel with the dew, the ball comes on to the bat a bit better, especially in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Where we come to Sharjah, I feel because the ground is smaller, teams do like to chase because they feel that, a couple of overs here and there, one good over, they can recover and, come up with the run rate. So I think that was the call that Chennai Super Kings made yesterday, that they felt that if they got 200 also, we can chase it. But what made the difference yesterday was that Archer those 4 sixes at the end. If that wasn't to be, if they got 190, 195, the game would have been a very different game, because you saw Watson and Vijay, they started off very, very calmly. They didn't, come out all guns blazing or so. In 4 overs or so, they were 29. So you can always cover up in Sharjah. Like you saw even Dhoni finishing off with 3 sixes at the end. You got to see the Dhoni of old. So I think the fans are getting to see exactly what they came for. They've had their money's worth. We've had a super over. Dhoni's come in, Sanju Samson in all flower, all the South Indian supporters in all the Kerala, they are going crazy in UAE. I think not much you can ask for. We're getting live cricket again, so it's very exciting, to be honest.
Since you're in the business of opening, I mean, we have seen some wonderful innings from Devdutt, as we were saying. Sanju, of course, has been an old hand at the IPL. I mean, we get a feeling that he hasn't got his due so far in the Indian team because of the embarrassment of reaches that we have. So how do you define these 2 innings? Devdutt, for one, he just took those couple of overs to get his inning in, and then when he got going, my God, it was such a free-flowing, exhibition of stroke play. So how do you rate these 2 innings?
Look, definitely, you have to see that Dubai Stadium is a different ground to Sharjah Stadium. In Sharjah, you have the liberty to, get going from the first ball. Like you saw Sanju Samson, he played at a strike rate of, over 200. Obviously, good with Devdutt Palikkal, he's opening the batting. So he can take that time up front, because with the new ball, the ball does a bit in these conditions, the lights, under lights and things. So it's okay to take a couple of overs. You saw even Shane Watson did that yesterday. And you saw Faf du Plessis do that as well. So it's okay to take a couple of overs. Very smart batting from Devdutt Palikkal, the youngster. I think he's just showing why he's been the talk amongst, he's one of those guys people are watching and looking out for. He's like that guy, we want to see, and we want to see him do well as well, because, Virat Kohli has spoken a lot about him, RCB. He's done really well in the domestic side, Mushtaq, highest run scorer. So there's a lot of positive signs coming through with, obviously Devdutt, and it's good to see him do well at the biggest stage, against quality opposition, quality bowling attacks. Very promising for Indian cricket. Where we come to talk about Sanju Samson, I would agree with you. He hasn't got his dues, but you see yesterday all the cricketers were tweeting, Sachin, Gautam Gambhir, they said, we don't have a better wicketkeeper batsman. We don't have a better young batsman than Sanju Samson. Gautam Gambhir went on to say that as well about Sanju Samson. So it's obviously very exciting, going around with the, the composure and the way he just goes about his business. I think I was remembering the game I played against, India under 19 at Sharjah Stadium. And this was in 2014. And, I was just remembering Sanju just hitting the ball exactly how he was hitting it yesterday. So he just comes and threw, and it landed over the roof of Sharjah Stadium. And then yesterday as well, we saw those big blows. Luckily we got him out. I think I caught him actually in long on, and it had to be that day as well. He was batting at around 150 strike rate in a 50-over game, making batting look easy. And I felt that he just started from where he left off. He knew the conditions. He knows Sharjah's a good wicket to bat. Targeted straight boundaries are small, and I think he just went and enjoyed himself. He took charge over the spinners with the dew coming in. Jadeja, Piyush Chawla bowling too quick. The quicker you bowl, the further it goes, boss. You saw Nigidi, you saw the likes of all these guys, go the distance. The smarter bowlers, the guys who will bowl into the wicket, cutters, a lot of variation, they're the ones who will do very well in this tournament. You do not pitch the ball up in a Sharjah Stadium. Half hits are going for 6, You're not even going to get the middle of the bat. The bat's so good these days, half hits are going for 6. So bowlers will adapt. They'll have to change these strategies, Dhoni knows that their first game was in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi and Sharjah, two completely different grounds. Yeah. So this is not like, we are in UAE and you're going to get relatively similar wickets. I don't think so. Sharjah is a superb batting wicket, small outfield, so we will see higher scores. Dubai, on the other hand, is a bit slower. So I feel guys will take their time, especially initially, build a platform and then hit the back end. Stoinis did that for Delhi Capitals the other day as well when we saw. They were struggling at 100, 50 for 5 or something like that, Delhi. And then there was a couple of partnerships and, Stoinis back end. When, they just gave him pace and then he took them away. So I feel bowlers have to take pace off and batsmen have to hold their shapes and look straight.
I'll come to Sham. Sham was particularly impressed by Devdutt, who comes from his part of the country. And the thing is, Sham, one thing about him shows that eventually for this raw talent, you have to look at those uncapped players who are doing well in the domestic cricket. So your thoughts, Sham, on Devdutt. What did you find special about that kid?
What struck me was the fearlessness, because I have not seen Devdutt bat before, but I've been reading that he's been doing well in the domestic circuit and has had a very good played a very good hand in Karnataka's Ranji Trophy fortunes. But what is remarkable was the fearlessness. It is his debut. It is his big stage. He is playing against some of the best in the business, and he showed the composure and the fearlessness to just get into it and get the job done. And he just went for it. And that, to me, that is the best thing, because the sheer confidence he showed. That would do him well.
Sham, another thing, you see, we have seen all 3 venues now. Now, as Chirag was also discussing, the wickets at Sharjah, wickets at Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and the one in Sharjah, they were kind of like chalk and cheese. So now, after having seen 4 games, the fact that people were saying that it would turn out to be a spinners tournament, yes, the wickets may get a little tired as the tournament wears on, but do you also see a scope for the pacers? If you are a genuine quickie, like today, I'm looking forward to seeing Bolt and Cummins, come all guns blazing in Abu Dhabi. What do you say about it?
I think raw pace still has a place in T20. Yes, but not to the extent you see in other formats of the game. But why I say yesterday, I was listening to the commentary. KP, that is Kevin Peterson, was pretty thrilled. Was chuffed at the fact that Jofra Archer wasn't bowling at full pace. In the post-match session, when KP asked the same question to Jofra Archer, Archer's response was, we need to take the pace of the ball. We don't want to give them the pace to work with the pace. Which is exactly what Chirag said now, because the faster you bowl, the faster it goes.
You get it.
Here,
the further you go.
Yeah. But having said that, I go back to my. I will again re-emphasize the fact that pace has still got a place. I'll point out a couple of instances from yesterday where, like when Jofra Archer was stepping it up over 145, you could see that Watson, Faf, du Plessis, and Dhoni were hurrying. See, these are slightly older batsmen, so their reflexes are not as good as when they were even younger. So he got them to hurry through. He actually, even Faf missed a couple of shots. So there is a place for raw pace, but it has to be used judiciously.
Chirag, just coming back to you, you see these 4 days, there had been a share of controversy with that. It's that one-run shot thing which I'm talking about for the Kings 11 Punjab Delhi game.
Right.
Now, obviously, quite miffed. The Kings 11 management had been talking about, again, a modification of the rules. I mean, the cricket rules get modified, far too quickly, I would say. But they are saying that for the run-out thing, also bring it under the purview of the third umpire. So, what's your take on that?
Look, sir, Kings 11 Punjab obviously were on the wrong end of a decision. Tomorrow, if this had gone their way, they wouldn't have said anything. But let me tell you, cricket is a very good leveler. And there will be a time where Kings 11 Punjab things will go, towards their favor. And, then they won't say anything. And then they'll be okay. And then, Preeti Zinta will be happy because, they'll be on the... they'll be on the right end of a decision. Yesterday we saw Dhoni not take the review, and Jadeja was bowling, and it was hitting. It was 3 reds, and if he took the review, that it was out. Steve Smith was gone. But Dhoni, we said, obviously Mr. Sham also pointed out, these guys are getting a bit older now, so maybe the reactions, reflexes, and stuff, especially with like an Archer, or we saw Rabada do well as well. And, so these guys will hurry the batsmen. We saw Andrew Nortje as well. He was bowling quick as well. I think these guys, these guys will hurry the batsman, no doubt. But when you bowl with that kind of pace, obviously it's very difficult to be, very, you can say, accurate. So if you get it wrong at that pace, like Nagiri did yesterday, my friend, you're going to go very far in this place, because, the faster the ball is coming on the bat, it's easier. As he took pace off, you saw Archer, he could only get a single. The other guy also missed the ball, and they got wickets. So I feel they have to learn quickly, and the teams that will learn quickly, I think they'll really do well. Especially these are just the first few games we've seen. I think teams that will learn, they'll start getting better results as we go on.
Before we wrap up, I think it'll not be fair if we don't talk a bit about Mayank Agarwal's effort also. I mean, a guy who had been an out-and-out test opener, the way he just believed in taking the match deep. I mean, that's what he did. And towards the latter half of the innings, what counter-attack he did. So Absolutely. Your thoughts on that? I mean, should it be the right approach? I mean, opener doesn't mean you have to go bang bang.
No, I think you can definitely take time. Dubai, they're chasing 160 odd. A couple of overs here and there. You can 8 runs in over is not much. Teams are realizing that they can chase 5 overs, 50, 60 runs at the end, and which is what they did. Unfortunate that last 2 balls they needed 1 run. I felt he was a bit tired, and the thinking was not quite clear, because. From that position, you don't leave a game, my friend. You don't give it to anybody else. Kings 11 Punjab, you let it slip out of your own. You can talk about, a decision going here and there and not in your favor. But that game was there for the taking, especially after, recovering from what they were at. The way Mayank Agarwal batted to get them there. He's just thrown it away. We're not talking about Mayank Agarwal today, because, of the situation. But I felt that they really should have finished the game, And... Mayank Agarwal, again, we would have started talking about him. He would have been a hero in the situation. And I felt definitely a good effort. As an opener, he took his first 30, 40 balls. He was playing runner ball, in fact. So, I was watching TV with my family. I was like, what is he doing? Because on the other hand, they're losing wickets. I guess he couldn't do much. And, like you said, he wanted to take the game deep and give himself a chance, which is exactly what he did. And credit to him that he could execute and then finished off of 80 of like 50 odd balls. But it doesn't quite come off every single time. And when it doesn't come off, when you're 40 or 40 balls, it's very difficult to chase 160 plus scores. So you have to weigh it up. If it came off, it looks very good. But if it doesn't, you're there 30 balls, 30 runs, you come out. We could be saying that, Mayank Agarwal, what kind of innings have you played? So it's tough to say, but credit to him that he could deliver.
It's still early days. It's just about, 1-1 match each. The players from England and Australia have come, but they were in the thick of action. As we saw with Steve Smith yesterday, there was no rust, nothing. He got into the action right from the word go. So here's looking forward to some more, absorbing action as the tournament wears on. And next week, same time, we hope to catch up with you again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time, Sham.
Pleasure. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sham.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.